Today's video is brought to you by everyone's favorite color when you need to show that someone has turned to the dark side. Black. Now, some people would claim that this color has been worn by what we would consider heroes, or at most, anti-heroes. But don't let those people fool you. The color black has been used for years to represent the scum and villainy in our world bent on destroying or taking it over. When you are adamant about showing your new allegiance, whether willing or unwilling, a new shade of black can help to make you look all the more menacing. Take this first satisfying customer. Look at him. Look at his doofy, gaudy outfit, the hoodie, not even a hint of threatening black in it. Well, after his stint in the sweater vest of evil, I really need to talk to people about that as the dumbest thing ever, he swapped it out for a sleek, black suit to show that he was not their friend anymore, but he was evil. Or take today's specific example, Shinken Red, who trades out the nobility of the white trench coat for this slick black cloak that just matches so well. Probably even more if I do say so myself, but that's just me being, a black fan boy. But not sure if you're planning to change back after your stint in villainy? Well, don't worry, since it is, sadly, a very neutral color, you can easily go back to the way you were, or ditch the colors. I mean, why would you want to ditch the color black? Look at it. Look at how amazing look at how amazing these colors look. Don't you think that black looks way better with red and white? I'm gonna almost have some things to say here. So please, call the number right here to get your fitting. The color black, when you want to relive your Hot Topic covered edgelord days. Hello again, welcome to one of our Toku ramblings. Today we are covering the Goseiger vs. Shinkenger film, featuring a summer movie and a return movie that exists. Yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of a short one because the two of the three films here, even after watching them, I can barely remember. So first we have the summer movie, which features the return of some Warsaw remnants bent on causing Ragnarok to destroy the planet. Now, unfortunately, Thor isn't here, so the Goseigers have to deal with it. This is, in a way, sort of emblematic of the show. It's okay. It is probably the most average summer film this franchise has probably done. I mean, I like the concept of there are War Star remnants, and now there are main villains for the film, and pushes her villains besides the raid out to focus on them, but their personalities are a lot. It's basically just lesser versions of both Moth Drake and Darapu. Yeah, they're just not interesting in any way despite their plot. As I mean, the new girl has some interesting concepts of being this protector of Ragnarok, but this is the same issue. I feel like I do kind of ramble on this one, but most of these just feel like slightly beefier budgeted episodes of the show. Now, and in this case, I've also kind of noticed that sometimes these probably are filmed before the Six is introduced, so their roles are very much limited, then more often than not just side stuff. I mean, even the Goseiger, or at least had Guy do something before he got punted. The new mech looks nice. It's basically just a blue Goseiger raid. Right, but God, this is one of the harder things. Like the average kinds of there. It doesn't do anything particularly wrong. There is some decent action and weird things, like when is it this one where Mona drags one of the enemy forces for a while with her legs, and yeah, that's a thing that happens, but it's just there. Even Go Busters at least had something going with it for the fact that it was also sort of an advertisement for the Tokyo Tower. This is just bland and kind of uninteresting. I'm probably gonna have to call this a mini episode. So it's, oh Jesus. And that leads us to our main presentation here with Goseiger versus Shinkenger. With Goseiger versus Shinkenger Epic on Gima. So this takes place between the Yumanju and the Matrintas arc, with them kind of just in between arcs. The Ghetto Shu are shown to be back, and for some reason know a lot that when they ambush him, he is quickly saved by Takura, who shows up and proceeds to call Spartans to fight to return Geto Shu, and when they go to help Chiaki fight, then they find that the new leader is Berateron, sporting sort of the main villain from Shinkenger. I'll probably more or less look it up. Put it right here because it's sort of escaping me when I don't have things in front. Who wants to destroy them. Well, let's see that. Now, I'll just come in and say that this film rocks. It is really, really great. It is probably the best thing that Goseiger did this entire run. And if there's any reason that's best symbolizes it, it's Ghetto Shinken. That I just love that simple replacement of black for right. It just matches so much better, and the gold accents just pop a lot more. It is really a great kind of like reuse of assets here, and it's damn strong in taking it on. And I like that we kind of get Berateron as a main villain, as a sort of early peak, though this probably came out a bit later in the show. That was run, but you know, in terms of chemistry, which is one of the big things, is I do mostly like the interactions we get throughout the film. I'm not fond of Ryunosuke having to go through the same arc he has already gone through for like 2 episodes from the show of having to come to accept the Goseigers or our outside help of Sam. I don't really understand why we felt this was a big character arc. I mean, he's kind of really a big dick for the early parts, where it's kind of blaming the Goseigers for losing Takuro, even though it was mostly out of their control. I mean, yes, Berateron is their villain, but they didn't force him. But yeah, team history. It's a nice contrast between those. The Shinkengers are mostly very serious and focused on the goal, while the Goseigers are a bit more kooky. And wait, they're a lot more up there and willing to help, which kind of gets them off on a wrong. And it's nice to see them build. Okay, it's more like a lot of blocks one attack that was meant for them, and they more or less realize, oh, okay, we'll now treat you a lot better. And you know, the way they realize, oh, let's mix our powers, like they're sort of, like, it's a nice kind of like mixing of the two teams. It does give Kaoru a nice moment that she never really gets to. I wouldn't say it gives her a nice moment of interacting with a lot of beforehand and smacking her for being a dick. But yeah, it is a fairly pleasant treat for it. I don't think it'll beat 199 in terms of being the best crossover, because I think the interactions are a lot better there. But this does come close. I also really like the end fight scene and the usage of both their songs. The Gokaiger show up, which is really, really interesting, especially coming since I watched Gokaiger first before. And seeing the scene without the knowledge of why they're there is actually kind of interesting. And the final overall fight is, it's not the most interesting. They combine their powers. I do like that they give everyone like the super form use. That was a really nice touch. That was cool. Well, but yeah, this is a really solid, in my opinion, in Cross. The real big issue is just some characterization with Ryu. No sk. Hey, but it's overall one of the better choreographed and action versus films. The interactions between the teams are nice, and it's overall solid. And it's probably more than I have to say for the Returns film, which I'm gonna be frank with people here. I barely remember this one. Even like more or less rewatching and going through the notes, I barely remember this. So the Goseigers end up having to come out as big heroes because their memory reverting cards are not working, so they have to sort of be celebrities until they can figure it out. And that's the movie. They kind of just do the celebrity thing. It's just a sort of kind of their film. The final villain's a bigger beef. Evie, it's like, again, it's just, it is semi more plot focused than Go Buster. Busters was kind of more akin to Ninja, but like just sitting here trying to talk about it is so hard. Like, there's the obviously evil producer who does a smear campaign, but again, she's controlled by the B. Really, it's not saying much about show business, but then again, I can't really remember it because even watching it again, it left nothing. This is one of those things that just is, yeah. Yeah, probably gonna put the mini on. That's because, but yeah, two mostly mediocre, forgettable films, and one that actually is pretty cool. As always, do the usual things to keep the YouTube algorithm happy with me, and we'll see you around.